Good morning, and welcome to the Cyber Smart Morning News Update. With the always evolving world of cyber threats and defense, you need a source you can trust. FBI retired Special Agent Darren Mott guides you through today's intricate cyber landscape and brings you the latest headlines and insights and what it means to you. Let's dive into today's cyber news.
Good morning, friends. Monday, March 31st, 2025. Welcome to the Cyber Smart Morning News Update. Let's get right into the news so I can get you out of here on your Monday. First from the Register, Jessica Lyons. Ransomware crew adds EDR killers to their arsenal, and some aren't even malware. Antivirus and endpoint security tools are falling short as ransomware crews increasingly deploy EDR killers to disable defenses early in the attack, a tactic Cisco Talos observed in most of the 2024 cases it handled. When ransomware actors attempt to do that, they are successful 48% of the time, said Kendall McKay, strategic lead of Talos. Quote, and not only did we see this very frequently, but we saw ransomware actors attempt to do this very early on in their operations. We're seeing this category of malware, EDR killers, and it's really evolving. McKay said the infosecers were seeing the attackers, quote, use every different type of these tools in the same operation, or rather several different types, Ransomware crews are increasingly using programs like EDR Silencer, EDR Sandblast, EDR Kill Shifter, and Terminator to either modify or completely disable endpoint detection and response EDR products. Now, does this mean if you're a business owner, you should not have an EDR product? No, you should still have it. Still useful for a lot of different other attack types, but just understand that is not the end all be all, and that you can just kind of deploy it and forget it and figure, hey, we're good to go. Bad guys are going to constantly this is going to be the constant give and take of cybersecurity. Good guys figure out ways to stop bad guys figure out how to get around what the good guys do, and the good guys have to come up with something new. AI will make this easier for bad guys to do it, but also make it easier for the good guys to do it. So again, it's just kind of that give and take that's going to be part of this. And so, you know, if you're in the cybersecurity space and you can develop new methodologies to ward off attacks, you're going to make a lot of money. So there's certainly room for people to grow here in business aspects. But again, this is an awareness thing, right? Just be aware that all of this stuff is going on. You can't just, again, deploy and hope for the best. All right. From the Hey, I'm going to get free credit monitoring file. Lawrence Abrams bleeping computer. Oracle Health breach compromises patient data at U.S. hospitals. A breach at Oracle Health impacts multiple U.S. healthcare organizations and hospitals after a threat actor stole patient data from legacy servers. Oracle Health has not yet publicly disclosed the incident, but in private communication sent to impacted customers and from conversations with those involved, Bleeping Computer confirmed that patient data was stolen in the attack. Oracle Health, formerly known as Cerner, is a healthcare software as a service company offering electronic health records and business operation systems to hospitals and healthcare organizations. After being acquired by Oracle in 2022, Cerner was merged into Oracle Health with its systems integrated into Oracle Cloud. In a notice sent to impacted customers and seen by Bleeping Computer, Oracle Health said it became aware of a breach of legacy Cerner data migration servers on February 20th, 2025. Quote, we are writing to inform you that on or about February 20th, 2025, we became aware of a cybersecurity event involving unauthorized access to some amount of your Cerner data that was on an old legacy server not yet migrated to the Oracle Cloud, read the notification sent to impacted Oracle Health customers. How many does that mean? That's a good question. Let's see if it even has an idea of how many that is. Probably a lot. So since this hits multiple different entities. So chances are many of us are going to receive free credit monitoring for this, which again, you should use it. If you get free credit monitoring because of a data breach, use it, sign up for it, but you still have to pay attention to it. It's not like, again, this is another thing where you can't just buy it, set it, and forget it. You have to continue, even though you'll have private and you'll have protective services, there's still things that it will not do that you're going to need to do to keep your stuff protected. And once that free credit monitoring wears out, you're going to have to continue to either keep that particular identity protective service or do other stuff to protect your data. This is everybody's going to have to deal with this. This is going to be something that you're going to have to deal with, because every time your data is lost, it's new data for bad guys to do bad stuff to you. I saw an article and somehow I lost it, but and I'll mention it maybe on Wednesday if I can find it again, but there was a guy who basically got a criminal record because some bad guy used his identification to do bad stuff. But again, I'll find that and have more of that on Wednesday. Cyber news from the more bad news file. Stephanie Shepard, Walmart's Sam's Club claimed by the Klopp ransomware gang. Sam's Club, the Walmart-owned membership-only warehouse chain, has become the latest victim claimed by the infamous Klopp ransomware group. In what appears to be Klopp's fifth victim name dump from the late December exploit of Clio file sharing software, Sam's Club quietly appeared along with hundreds of other Clio victims on the group's dark leak site Friday afternoon. In typical Klopp fashion, the Russian-linked ransomware gang called out Sam's Club, posting that the company doesn't care about its customers. It ignored their security. Sam's Club responded to the claims in a statement to Cyber News. We are aware of reports regarding a potential security incident and are actively investigating the matter, it said. Protecting the privacy and security of our members' information is a top priority at Sam's Club, and we take these concerns seriously and will communicate further as appropriate. This is important to me because I am a Sam's Club member, so that's not good. What does it exactly mean? It says this means Klopp could have unauthorized access to not only a plethora of Sam's Club customers' personal financial data, but also a trove of private health information because Sam's Club employs over 100,000 people whose personally identifiable information and protected health information may also be at risk. So, again, if you're a Sam's Club member, or more to come, but also in this potential group of victims includes, because Clio is a file sharing software similar to Move It, and they got compromised, bad things happen. This includes Hertz, Chicago Public Schools, Nissin Foods, which are the maker of ramen cup noodles, and SDI Technologies, which is also Timex and iHome. So, lot of free data protection coming to a lot of people in the near future. All right, darkreading.com, Jai Vijayan, cybersecurity gap leaves doors wide open. Attackers don't always need to resort to sophisticated gambits to break and enter. Organizations often make it easy for them to rock right in. Cyber criminals don't always need cutting-edge hacks to breach organizations when they can just walk in the front door. Despite pouring millions into advanced cybersecurity technologies, many organizations continue to overlook essential security practices, such as, you guessed it, timely patching, vulnerability scanning, penetration testing, leaving them susceptible to pricey and often very preventable breaches. Researchers from Horizon 3 AI, which creates a very good tool called Node Zero, and if you're a company and you want to do pen testing, that's the tool you want to have, but that's a story for another day, recently analyzed data gathered from customers of its automated pen testing platform and from a survey of 800 IT and security professionals in the US, the UK, and the EU. What they found was a troubling but not entirely new disconnect between the perceived and actual state of security preparedness at many organizations. The data showed a high percentage of organizations are still more fixated on checking cybersecurity compliance boxes, and that they are implementing strategies for resiliency. The consequence often is a minimum security controls and no meaningful mechanisms for proactive defense. That should be a troubling paragraph for everybody listening to this podcast, which I admit is not a whole lot of people, but hopefully you can hear it and share it with others. I'm actually going to post this on LinkedIn later today, just because this is a very important article. I know I've been micro-posting on LinkedIn. This may require something more lengthy, but we'll see how that goes. But more to that if you want to read that. And with that, you know what? I'm going to let you go for the rest of your day. That's enough bad cyber news for this Monday. I'll be honest with you, dear listeners, the dozens of you that listen, I'm considering probably putting this podcast on the back burner. I've been looking at the numbers, and I'm not sure if the number of listeners warrants my time, but I'll leave it to you. If I get enough people say, yeah, please, this is very helpful for me for what I do, please let me know if there's value in that, and I can continue to do it or come up with a way to do that. There will be a Cyber Guy podcast that comes out today as well, so look for that. But again, I'm just looking for clarity on the continuation of this podcast. I've been doing it for a year and a half now. I've done a lot of episodes, but the numbers just don't seem to be moving. So I'm not sure if it's worth the effort at this point. But something to think about. With that, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Know that knowledge is protection. If we can understand the threats targeting us, we can assess our risk, proceed wisely. Thanks again for listening, dear listeners, and I hope to hear from you. Darren at cyberguy.com, or find me on LinkedIn, or if you know me personally, you can reach out individually. Talk to you later.